Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. If one could hear, it's very simple. What is what you are, in fact, in reality, is never whatever you can know, feel, or sense. That is only aspects of what you are. It's very simple. So if one can hear this, if one is not attached so much that he wants to save an experience or an idea, it's very simple. And now the obviousness of being, it's an impression that the mind got. And while he's rising, he has this impression. It's this rising impression which makes one speak like that. And that's why the obviousness is not obvious all the time. And it doesn't matter, because as an impression, it is an experience of someone in time. So what do you expect in time? It's always ephemeral, temporary. So one will never know what it is. But one keeps quiet. One can keep quiet where it is, in what it is. Welcome to Satsang. Don't hesitate to tell if there is anything not so clear or too clear. Yeah? You speak with the mic. Thank you.
Bon dia.
Bon dia.
Thank you so much for the space.
That is Nivi's
I know.
offering.
I mean, the first time I came, like 2 or 3 years ago, it was beautiful to witness the calmness and the meditation space, and I was really amazed. So I'm really thankful that I can come back. When I was in depression, I was coming back every time to seek answers.
Yeah.
And now energy is rising because of the moon, so I'm getting again like a mania. We were talking about the other day about the butterfly and the caterpillar and the cocoon, so now I'm getting a bit out of my cocoon and I'm flying like a butterfly. But the butterfly is just one day, you know, and then it's burned, like Icarus burned his wings. And the other day I was asking you about AI. And this morning I asked AI for a prayer for this morning to light the candle, and I would like to share it with you. So if you can read it in English, and I will, yes, please, and I will read it. I will read it in French because my native language is French.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You don't have a French accent.
I am Jean-Charles Feller. Thank you. Oh. I don't need a mic. You need the mic. So, where coming from? It's okay.
You're really French.
So, it goes like this. Thank you, ChatGPT. Oh lumière éternelle.
Oh, eternal light.
Dans cet instant, je m'unis à tout ce qui est.
In this moment, I connect with all that is.
Que cette flamme devienne un pont entre mon cœur et l'immensité.
May this flame become a bridge
Je demande que cette lumière apporte réconfort à ceux qui souffrent ici ou ailleurs,
between my heart and the infinite.
connus ou inconnus.
Oh, I ask that this light brings comfort,
Connus ou inconnus.
Known or unknown.
Opala, it's missing. Sorry. I ask that this light brings comfort to those who are suffering here or elsewhere, known or unknown.
Qu'elle illumine les chemins obscurs,
May it illuminate dark paths,
qu'elle réchauffe les âmes perdues,
warm lost souls,
et qu'elle soit un rappel de l'amour infini,
and serve as a reminder of the infinite love
qui nous relie tous. Je laisse cette prière s'envoler
that connects us all.
en confiance et en gratitude.
I release this prayer into the universe with trust and gratitude.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. And my question for this morning is, I got an oracle card from fertility, and I would like you to ask. I ask you to about what is first, the 0 or the 1. What was first, the egg or the chicken?
Oh, even Master was asking it.
Yeah.
Why do you want an answer? The answer
I
will
got
be
all the answers. I want your answers.
no answer.
No answer. Thank you so much. I will need to go to see Michael to do yoga with him because I promised him. That
Yes,
I will
please
go.
do what you think it's wonderful to hear. So, coming back to the subject of what you are, it's true that it needs a moment of, which is called enlightenment, whatever name is there, doesn't matter, but a moment of awe means this was always here, where I was. It was just in the mind. And that moment has to occur, I guess, because afterwards, there is a kind of afterwards which is fake, because you always are yourself. But I mean now, in the apparent world, your life will be with obviousness experience and with activity experience. You don't need to see once more. But I think not to confuse the experience of nothing ever happens and it's obvious being and so on. For it, you need this moment of absolutely ununderstandable, how it is even possible, but it's possible for everybody to just not hook the mind for a moment. It happens all the time. The only thing is that in the normal way of thinking, there is absolutely no recognition or value to it. That's why we miss it. You have to ask me more. I don't know what to say more, you know. There is a lot to say and nothing to say. So. Yeah. Please, it's coming.
What is healing?
Healing?
What is healing?
What is healing? Why don't you keep the mic? Okay. Healing. Healing concerns the body, the psyche, the mind. means from bad you go to better. No, it's a great thing. I mean, no. What do you say? No, or what it provokes you? This.
The first question was, what's the root of illness? And then this was my first question, and then the question came, what is actually healing? How does it work? What
Illness is in the healing. It is, as I said, it's a work which is based on sensation, senses, or feelings, or mental thoughts. And there are, numbers of them offered, and that one can, having hopes, getting better, go for it. But you see, this is concerning a person, you agree? A person, isn't it? Yeah. In Satsang, we don't speak of healing, because what you really are, I mean, as a being, not as a becoming, not as someone who was born, there is nothing there to heal, or to have been bad or good. It is totally out of this range of worlds, this rainbow of levels of the creation. What is the source of all what happens. And you speak of happenings because it's dual, because there is I and you, whatever you is there. So there are different preoccupations according to stages of life and different offerings for each one. And so Satsang clearly, purposely even, not to create confusion, doesn't take care of healings. It doesn't mean it neglects it or that it's not important, but it's not the subject of Satsang. Because to get a glimpse of what you are, you have exactly to leave aside, even if it is for a split second, but you have to leave aside all what you think of yourself, or feel of yourself, or know of yourself. You see? The question of, I am so and so, the question of, but who am I, is even put. What is this I that I take as a base normally in this life? Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
More or less.
Thank you.
But you can always ask more if you need.
Yeah, maybe how to support people who feel sick.
Don't be sick yourself.
Hmm?
Don't be sick yourself.
Hmm. Thank you.
Good morning, Ganga.
Good morning.
I don't speak very well English. I'm French. If somebody can translate. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Ok. J'étais à dire.
Attends, then you give. Oui.
J'ai rencontré quelqu'un à Dijon en mois d'avril.
I met somebody in Dijon in
April.
the month of April. He said, you live in Portugal, do you know Ganga? I said no. When I went home, I looked on YouTube and I found you. And I listened to all the satsangs. I was very excited. Quickly, I put all my beliefs down and all the traumas down.
Uh-huh.
Then I had an experience. There is no birth. I felt the continuity. And after, I came down on a platform and I thought it's not that, and I continued.
Mhm.
And I asked myself, who am I? I felt I was on a platform and I said, it's not yet that. So it opened up and I had a fear. I said, it's your mind. And I'm there. And I have not been more further.
Mais il n'y a pas de plus loin.
There is no further.
La peur... sorry. Tu comprends le français? L'anglais, oui. Bon. So the fear itself is a platform. You saw it. You say, oh, it's the mind. So now you keep quiet. There is no father, you see. Because if you start to believe, there is a father, then you will dig and more, and you will find out more and more. That is sure. But it will be always a side. It will be always the mind. So keep quiet. And if you cannot keep quiet that much, just for a moment, don't go with any rising, any movement. Just to be sure of what I am is not only a movement. You see, that has to be so striking clear, then what else, what more do you want to know? Yeah, yeah. All those movements you see to go back to the source and all that, it means a lot when one thinks he knows only in his mind. Otherwise it's just fake. If it is about what is, it's always here. You would just have to suddenly see that all the movements, even going back to the source, is a movement of the mind. And that makes you believe then that you can sometimes be away from the source, and that's a problem. What you are is here. It's because of that all these coming and going are possible, first of all. We confuse ourselves, that's why one seeks in this direction. We confuse ourselves with a movement. It was going out, now we hear it has to go in, still a movement. You see? But we cannot help. Probably we have to do that for a while. Some not, but it's rare. It's just to hear this. You never, ever have been lost or away from what is. And the life is an expression of that. And life is full of, it's only ups and downs, or you can call it in different words or ways, but I mean it's movements, only movements, you see? And the why one has to give up beliefs is to give up the belief I am specially a movement. At some point of my life, oh no, I reached that movement, so that's what is. No, no. Attainments belong to all this manifestation. So nothing wrong to speak about this manifestation, but one has not to confuse when he describes the manifestation or when he keeps quiet in himself. Even if he describes in terms of undescribability, then he knows he's not fooled that he gives a description. That's what I call the moments of obviousness, when you are no more in this apparent movement going out. And yet it's a movement. And you cannot stop movements in this life. So when it is said nothing ever happens, it really doesn't. It doesn't refer to the life. You have to understand that. It doesn't refer to the life. Or I'm not there. What? It doesn't refer to the life. These are just direction with moments of obviousness. Don't confuse that, because then the moment of obviousness will have the conclusion, so in fact I am nobody. Boom! Fake. What nobody? Of course, the impression, the experience is like this, but it's still a movement. You will not be nobody all the time. One doesn't know what is, but one keeps quiet in the end. That is the best. Keep quiet. Wisdom is not in words, it is in keeping quiet. Being able to keep quiet about the subject.
Hey.
Hi.
So, as I see it, there's a big favorism in life about manifestation and not about being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I prefer to be quiet most of the time. But I still question myself if it's okay.
It's totally okay in your life if you have a better life this way, but it has. Do you know who you are?
Yeah.
Then why a question?
Yeah.
That's
Why?
not normal.
No.
So you don't know who you are.
Yeah, I do.
Then don't question.
Yeah. I've been questioning my whole life, even though I knew who I was when I was a child.
Okay. But then you see, you can question. I also question all the time, but I am not troubled. It doesn't make me search.
No.
It's just true because of curiosity. So it has to be this way, because if it brings you again in a search, it will trouble you. Even if you say I know who I am, but in my memory it's not alive then. What is alive is your question. Now, so be vigilant about that. Just be vigilant. You see, it's not because something happened at 7 o'clock in the night, such a date and such a year, that you have attained enlightenment or who you are. It's not an attainment. You suddenly it's obvious. I have no other word now. It's an indication, and it will be. It's always here, but it's obvious when you make it alive. Means when you don't listen to your mind. It's not attained. What you are is not an attainment.
It's just some part of the ego wants a confirmation, or, like, yeah, I can see.
Is there is an ego?
Well, not really.
Yeah, but you see, you have to honor what
Yeah.
you are. Otherwise, what? If you start to have doubts, then you search.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Don't lie to yourself. What you are is not an attainment. It is just alive all the time, but obviously alive when you don't listen to your doubts. And if you listen to your doubts from here, you know, yeah, the mind wanders, this and that, but it's not like it searches. If it still searches, it means it has still a power to delude you. So be vigilant. It looks like there is, it is relevant or not, I don't know, but it looks like there is a possibility of non-ending questioning, even though you have seen who you are. But it's a questioning about, oh, that also it was not. It's not what one believes. You know, it's a question. It's questioning the beliefs which may appear from the unconscious or whatever, the accumulation of the layers of the mind. But it's not to search who you are. It's a big difference. I must say, every day I still spot, oh, I thought maybe this will be something like that. Oh, it's not. Because if it is not always like that, it's not. It's just an appearance. So it's not like you search who you are. You know who you are. And some people don't have that curiosity, which is perfect too. It depends on the mind. I like it. I like the subject, so of course I do. But it's not needed. Why don't you keep quiet? Tell me, is an answer in your mind more important than what you are?
No, I no. It's just I've always been in a conflict with life.
Yeah.
You know how to be in life.
How to be? Just let it be.
Yeah. So that's actually what it's about. It's not about keeping quiet or just being. It's about how to manage in life.
Don't worry, it presents itself. Maybe not the way you thought, this is the thing. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah? So, be vigilant. Give more time to what you are, and then don't worry about the life, even though it's not as you thought or it's difficult appearing like this. It remains never as such, So, don't worry. Just trust. Yeah. Can
Morning, Ganga.
Good morning.
My question is about the mind.
Yeah.
I meet a lot of people and they open up to me, and somehow I notice that they all cope in the same way with, for instance, traumatic events, which makes me sort of conclude that there's only one mind. Can you agree with that?
Totally.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because I was wondering.
You go in China, or you go here, or you go to South America, to North America, whatever. The mind is the same for everyone.
So the mind is actually not something that's in the head, but the head is in the mind.
Well, no, a brain produces mind, but you see, I mean, the function of this brain is the same for all living beings. It's just the where it differs is where the attention is put, or where the evolution of the brain is put. That's all. But it's one mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that. Well,
That seems logic, because when we're all one, then there's also needs to be just one mind.
when we are what?
All one, like
All one. Oh no, it's not logic. No, there is no conclusion to make here. No. Whatever appears is two already. Why you speak of? No.
maybe I'm too much in the mind.
What is probably difficult to understand and not, but then it's a concept, is that whatever appears is that itself, is what is, you see. But as it appears, it has a shape which limits that itself. What to say, It's like I always say this. Buddha, he was telling to the one who was near him at the moment, everything is Buddha. Everything is that. And then he sees a dog passing the disciple and he said, "Oh, so the dog also is that." And Buddha said, "No. No. A shape is a shape. It belongs to the duality. But in essence, everything is that. But then you don't look at the shape. So
The distractions can seem so real sometimes.
sure. You see, don't try to keep quiet as if you are more real when you are quiet. Because what you are, which you can indicate as peace itself, is peace itself even in activities. So don't make an effort to keep quiet in this world, thinking this is more real. You can keep quiet because you like it and it's better for your life and all that. But don't think it's more real. Any attitude is an attitude. That will remove the struggle. It appears as it appears. You see, there is no special way. There is not a. It's not because it's more heaven this way, here on this planet than there on this planet, that here on the planet where there is more light, it's more real. No. It's just a manifestation of that. What to say? Who are we to judge or to know better about this manifestation? Life is concerned by those things, of course. Life is concerned. But don't confuse the background, Ramana said, the screen of this movie with the movie. Yeah.
Hi Ganga.
Hello.
How do I stop getting involved in the movie? I come into the screen and I'm in self, and then something pulls me into shape, and then I come back and get quiet. And it's just been this ebb and flow for quite some time
Yeah,
now.
but you see, you still do that in that movie. In that movie, you are active, let's say, or busy, and then you have your quiet moments because you have learned to go back more intimately to yourself. But it's still in the movie, huh? So you are in fact the screen, and don't try to figure it out or to go there. You are it just now, always. Everything else is the movie. Even you're going back to what you call yourself.
Yeah, there's been like no attachment, even when I get caught in the so-called movie, because there's just such a trust in residing back in self, if that makes sense.
No.
No.
But if it makes sense to you, it's right. You know, the life is such that we need techniques to be a bit more happy, more quiet, more detached at times. But there are techniques. And this is, wow, that's great, it's fantastic. There are quite a few ones, really very good. But there are techniques applied to somebody. So far you didn't ask, who am I? Because you have already the idea that I has to be detached and quiet and all that, then I am that the self when it's like this. But it's not true. Everything is that. So it cannot be conceived. What you are is not conceivable, and it's just here now. So don't go into how, because that's the mind will trouble you with some direction. And live your life as you feel good for you. But no, then it's about the life. Hmm?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Sorry, something blocked. No, it's okay. It's okay, sorry.
No, maybe I can tell, yeah.
It's about the life, is
Yeah.
what I heard. It's about
Yeah,
the experience of life.
everything you think or you attain or you are good at or something, it's in the life. Even this quiet state where you feel more, oh, I am myself. Yeah, you feel more, I am myself, but it's still an experience of somebody, isn't it? So I say, know what's life. And who you are is always here. You cannot figure it out, but for some reason, if you, I don't know, I could say a click, or I don't know what to say about that, but if it is clear suddenly, it's suddenly clear forever. It doesn't mean that your manifestation will change. It may, in some ways, but not really also. So it's not about that. It's about not searching anymore to be more yourself when you go back to the source or when you are quiet. That belief troubles. It's a belief. Okay? And I don't tell you don't do that again. But when you do it, know that it is to ameliorate, to make your life better. Not to be more who you are. Yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, question is that I really like to be quiet, and but if I had to function and I need to think, I can get really confused, and my mind can be very chaotic,
Yeah.
and I find it hard to actually, think forward.
Yeah.
So how? Yeah.
But so far you lived, no? So far. So if you prefer, if the mind is too much, keep quiet as much as you like, if you can. Is there any obligation to do more, much more, I mean? Maybe not. Maybe you are lucky. You don't need to listen to what others say. If you can manage as you do, being more quiet, no problem.
But if I have to function with another person, for example,
that's your choice.
Yeah.
If it is too complicated, that's your choice.
Mm.
If you know your capacities and your incapacities, just deal with that and be wise. I mean, live in a way where it's good for you. What to say, I mean. Know that there is no obligation to live in a certain way. So that's a big thing which is removed, isn't it? And if it is about relationships, there are help there. If you need some help, there are help in this world. You know, I have seen in India many monks. They are monks for high purpose, according to their beliefs, but they are also monks because they are not good in relating. they just live like that, and why not?
Can I say one more
Sure,
thing?
sure, sure.
So sometimes, quite often, it happens that I get into like acting impulsively, and then I'm just thinking while you're speaking that then all the time I'm what I am, but I'm also responsible for.
No. All the time you are what you are as a being, not as the one I see and who you identify with. I forgot my sentence. Can you remember? You heard? Or
I
forgot
don't
my
think I understood it.
Okay.
So my actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I am in a
yeah,
impulsive
yeah,
action, and
yeah,
then that
yeah.
creates a lot of chaos. And
Yeah, you are responsible or irresponsible as a human.
yeah.
Sure. As I am Danish and all that.
Yeah.
Sure. Everybody is irresponsible or responsible. Sure. In this world.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes I can get. Maybe I have confused myself with the satsang.
I think so. That's why I repeat. As a person, and that is everybody's. I don't know if it is a choice or not. Everybody comes with some values and all those things, yeah, or ethics or whatever, or none, or the opposite. So that is concerning somebody who can work well in the world and somebody who's misfit in the world. There is no judgment there. It's like this, and according to that, you feel being helped or not, you deal with that and you have your own original life. Yeah? Now, who you are, that's different. It's really... That's why there is a word for that in the search. You see, it's an ontological search. It's a search about to be. Shakespeare said to be or not to be. It's not even a question. The mind may say so, but it's about being, about what they mean by emptiness, all those wise, what they mean by nothingness, or that, or I am that, all these things, or consciousness. What do they mean? So it really doesn't refer to the one I see and to the one you see yourself. It refers, do I come from somewhere? Is there something else than what I know, experience and feel? And so that question, who am I, is quite a good direction. Because if you ask really this question, you cannot bring any quality or knowledge of yourself to be at least a moment alone, where there it can suddenly be obvious, oh, I am that, in fact I am that, not as a person. Yeah? It speaks to you?
Yeah, I get it. I think that's... So I get it. I get it like all the time. Okay, there's the seeing in all my actions.
Where is the seer, I asked, not the seeing. Don't give emphasis to the seeing. You are the seer. You have to acknowledge yourself that you are the seer. The seeing will go on changing and will be different for everyone. It is obviously there just before we went into your mind. But now you know. When you are in your mind, now you know. And there, that is your personal freedom to live as you live. But don't confuse that for what you are.
I think that I just want to say maybe to myself that so when I'm sometimes I can like leave all responsibility of my actions while I'm in the action and
You will
say
get
to
them back.
myself, oh, I know
You
who I
can say
am.
that, but anyway you will get the reactions. You can say so if you like. But any action, you get the reaction, that's sure. That's the law of this manifestation. You look good. Know that when you worry, it's your mind, isn't it? When you worry, when you are busy, it's your mind.
I just don't want to not speak, but I don't know what to ask. It's the same loops again and again.
Which one is it? I forget. It's a pity you don't forget like me.
Yeah, I'm reminded all the time. Yeah.
Tell it again.
The there is an empty space. What is not quite? It's a terrible, boring, empty space, and it's. I mean,
I never
always
asked
the
you.
same.
I never ask you to go to a boring empty
No.
space.
But it's appearing again and again, and I'm just cannot not look.
It's so boring, and you look.
Yeah.
No, but you believe there is something more real there? You believe it looks like what it is said in Satsang?
No, I believe that I should leave it. I shouldn't look at it, and then it's
Not look at it. If
more.
it comes, it comes. But what is it? Tell me now. What is it for
It's
you?
a mindfuck. It's
Yeah.
a clearly mindfuck.
Yeah. Okay. And are you fascinated by that?
It seems that, yeah, must be. I mean, what does it mean, fascinated? I cannot ignore it.
It comes again and again. So
Yeah.
there must be someone who feeds that, no? Otherwise it would go to another house.
Yeah, yeah.
You must feed it by some beliefs. I cannot figure out otherwise. Or the impact of I myself is not there.
Pardon?
the impact, just the fact I am myself, but not as someone, is not obvious. Is not enough there, enough here.
Yeah, I think so.
And so, okay. So, you would like to change your life actually. It's not that you would like to be yourself. I ask. You are searching who you are, or you are searching to change your life, not to have that, for example.
I think if I would know myself, it would not be so heavy, so mesmerizing or what.
But you say, if I know myself, so you have already a concept of it. You are yourself just now. You confuse a bit with the appearance. You see? If I know myself, this would not appear. If I know myself, I would never have been bitten anymore by a snake. So it means I am not yet myself because I have a snake bite. Or if I know myself, I would not have moods anymore. You see all the beliefs.
Last satsang, when you were acting like, it really touched me when you were saying, "Oh, I woke up in a bad mood. Here is a pain, there is a pain," and I realized that I never saw you like this. So I think that it's something. It's.
But you don't live with me.
No.
Don't think.
But I'm obviously complaining much more than you.
No. But you see, you carry an image of how a free being, otherwise it's absurd. Why do we search who we are if the life is not changed? Bon. All that considerations are there before you know yourself. Once you know yourself, things may appear. Oh, and that's what I said. Oh, that still appears. It doesn't mean that I will doubt who I am, but it means, yes, it can still appear. But there are no obsession, or whatever appears will not make you search who you are. Because if you still search who you are and have some consideration how it will be when I am, it will confuse more. It will give you more images that you have to give up anyway. Yeah. So, if you like, when I'm not well, I can call you. Complain to me. But then you may lose trust in me. But if you don't lose trust, then you will see, oh, that's still possible. This mind. So, my dear, I really promise you that who you are is not this boring emptiness.
Okay.
Yeah. So, don't try. You are a painter, so it's very difficult because the vision is important. But don't try to figure it out. Don't try to figure out how you will live. Okay? But I promise you, there will not be obsessive, boring emptiness.
Yeah. So there is nothing else to do, just not to not to guess.
Don't guess, but for that, ask who wants to guess or who doesn't want to guess. Who am I? Because you see, now you speak from a wise moment as someone. Okay, I understand, I have not to whatever figure out, but that is understood by somebody. It's a good understanding, but understanding, even the clearest understanding will not do.
No.
Okay? You hear that? You hear it? It's very good to be clear, and I'm happy you heard that. Don't figure it out. But now, there is a I too much. Do you see that?
In a way, I see, but
Why in a way? No, it's clear. Clear or not. Oh, I learned something today. I hear better. I have not to figure it out. So I know that now. And it's a good direction. It's a good advice. But still, I is too much. Too much I is there. And why? Because I will never always be crystal clear like just now. So don't trust, don't depend on a very good understanding, because they go on changing. So who am I, you know? And here don't bring your clear understanding. Don't bring any name, any form, not even your name. Don't bring anything. And still ask the question. Ask the question. Where I've been left when I ask the question, that's what I am. That's what they refer as, I am that. And then the mind comes back. But you can always give yourself this moment. Always. It's always here. It's just hidden if we listen to the mind. You are as much yourself than me. We just look different. We just live differently. That's all.
I feel I'm stuck with the question, who am I?
You cannot be stuck because this question at some point disappears. How can you be stuck?
I don't let it disappear.
Let it disappear. Ask the question, let it disappear. Let it disappear. The answer is in the disappearance. Hmm.
Yeah, such a big question, just let it disappear without an answer. That's going on.
The answer is in the disappearance. Whenever. When you are in your mind, it's not that you are not yourself, you know. It's just covered, looks like covered by your mind, but you are always yourself. That belief that, oh, I am in my mind, so I am not in myself, it's not true. You are always yourself. Okay. Thank you very much.